first you need to have the real intent. That's why you really want to remember that violence is just a tool, but I need to have the intention to injure. My intention is to hurt. Only in the situation when they're trying to hurt you. Of course, I don't condone violence in the wrong context, but I do condone it in self-preservation and protecting one's family and loved ones and oneself. So, intent. Your intent is that you love your family and you want to be back with them tonight, and you love yourself enough to protect yourself. You love yourself enough to have the intention to hurt, maim, and even kill this person. It might happen. Better them than you. Unless you're the aggressor, then don't be stupid. Next thing. So full intent, use of body mass. So what I mean is that with Wing Chun, we center and we connect our body structure, right? So that when we hit, we've got that mass behind it. But we don't all necessarily have that straight away. So the way to teach that to your students when they start out, there's a simple idea of moving the hips to their hips and your spine to their spine. So when you make contact with the person, let's just say Carlson has his guard up just for demonstrations purposes. So rather than me just reaching forward, right, and not actually affecting him, if I make my hips replace his hips and my spine replace his spine, what's the difference? See how there's a lot more power. I'm now using my body mass. So that same principle applies here. If I'm trying to get an injury on his neck and throat, rather than just pushing with my arm, I replace his hips with my hips and his spine with my spine, so that my whole body mass is driving through that square inch. That's what increases a lot of power, because it's a small part of your body driving through a small part of their body with your whole mass and momentum driving behind that. Okay. So, oh yeah, if you're in state and you're really good at state, you're going to fuck them up. Yeah. And lastly, you want to think of it like you're literally it's like a bullet or an arrow going through the target. It's another good image to convey to your students. Think of driving it through, like just sending it right through the target. That's a good way to help them get the idea of what's going to break something, Just because oftentimes people will, they'll start their striking work, and you've probably observed it with newbies, and they go like, on the pad, and there's like literally no power. Oh my God, I'd hate to be you in a real fight situation, right? So you really need to get them used to driving it through and in, yeah. And that's a good image for them, through the target, initially. And then of course you can train scenarios like 1, 2, or 3 attackers. So. Simply put, now we've run over time on this one. So if you're doing like 2 or 3 attackers, it's really positioning and then precision and exit, so positioning yourself well, like we spoke about in the negate stage of the situation. Yeah, don't be the salami, be the domino, yeah. And also, so you can practice situations from the floor. Like if you're sitting on the floor, or if you're sitting on a seat, you want to also practice situations there. So, Jacobs, I'm attacking. He's sitting there, stay there, and I'm coming to attack him from here. So what are things that he could do from the floor? So you can practice situations from the floor as well. Huh? Sweep the leg from Karate Kid. Sweep the leg, Jenny. Come on, do I sensei? Okay, and you can also practice from holds as well. So if you guys haven't been coming to the grappling sessions, I suggest you to do, just so you can practice, escaping from holds and then practicing the precision from the holds. Like, what are you striking on your way up and once you are up as well?